It's 4 o'clock. We're at the airfield at Melaleuca. We've got 13 kilometres to go before we hit camp. It's going to be a long afternoon. I can think we're going to be walking in the dark again. So, here we go. That is where we're going, down there between those two hills, I think, to the beach. Oh, it's going to be wet. What? Well, come down here, we'll adjust it a bit. Stay out of the water if you can. There's a lot of it from all that rain we've had. Oh boy. Still going, we're running out of daylight. Peter's keeping up, kind of. We had to shift some of the load around a few times. We're out of sight of the airfield. Hopefully we're there in an hour or so before it gets too dark to set up camp. Okay, day 2. It's not raining. It started raining this morning, but it's not raining now. We're off and we're walking. Don't know what the weather's going to do, but it's going to be a long day. Hopefully we get some nice weather for it before it sets in a couple of days' time. Up ahead here is Point Eric. And way off in the distance behind it on the horizon, I think that's the Ironbounds, which I'm really not looking forward to. But we'll see. You never know. What do you think, Pete? You doing okay?
Yes.
Yes? Here's another creek crossing. Out of the boots. Way the crossing turns. Here comes Pete at his own pace. There's Point Eric over there. Only been going for an hour. Okay, here we are at Boy Creek. We're getting off the beach and going inland up for the Red Hills.
Scrubland hill.
It is scrubland, isn't it? Kind of a marsh. Wouldn't want to step off the boardwalk. We've got those hills to go over up ahead though.
This is scrubland.
Red Hills.
Oh, well, this is scrubland.
Yeah. Here we are at a creek crossing. Down here in the water, I don't know if you can see it, little fish, a whole bunch of them. Not bothered by us. And the creek crossing grate, which is underwater. I don't know if there's any more over there. There's more in there. Yeah. Hard walking, Pete?
Yes.
It's too far, isn't it? Too much muck. We're doing okay, mate. We're about to cross the Red Hills next. We're going to have lunch before we cross. Halfway up this bloody hill. It's a long way up. But we're getting there. We get over the top, down the other side, 3 creeks and rivers, and then camp. Yay! Right, it's 4:30, we've just crossed Red Hills. Down there you can see the track down to the 2 creeks and the river we have to cross before we get to the campsite somewhere over there at the base of the Ironbound at Louisa River. I think it's past that next lot of little hills there somewhere. Oh, that was a long walk up that bloody hill, and tomorrow's going to be a lot worse. Oh, Peter's doing well. Oh well. It's Louisa River and the Faraway Creek and Louisa Creek over there. You can see the last of the sun. It's gone behind the hill. Walking in the dark again a bit. We don't make good time. Sick of walking in the dark. Got to get up earlier. Down you come.
Now I'm trying to let my feet tap the water.
Oh mate, just get across. We've got to move. It's getting dark. We've got a couple of miles to go yet and it is dark. It's an easy crossing. Come on. Okay, the longer you're in, the colder you'll get.
Never did this kind of thing before.
Oh really? Lucky it's not flooding. This is one of the ones you can get stuck at if the flood. This is one of the creeks you can get stuck at if the flood there's a flood happening. You have to camp somewhere nearby and wait for it to go down. Okay.
Is Louisa Creek, is this the same kind of thing?
Yes, basically. All 3 of them are the same. Okay, go up there. Walking in the dark again. Oh yeah, yes. Warn Pete, if you fall in, I am videoing it, and I'll put it online for everyone to laugh at, so be careful.
I'm careful with crosses, but it looks so well, Dad.
I know. You go over, get out the other side, get up and sit down somewhere, and we'll start bringing stuff across. Hasn't got to knee deep yet, has it? It's getting down to knee deep in the middle.
That's right, I'm a tall person.
Yeah, well, he's not. He's a typical Tassie short ass.
Still in the water.
Never got past your knees, did it, Pete? Good-o. Rightio, mate. Good job. We're all coming across now. We'll make a few trips. Okay. Start of day 3. We've left camp. We are heading towards the Ironbound. We're having a late start. It's not any fun. Had a bit of schmozzle get going this morning. There were quolls in the camp trying to steal shit, and leeches all over our tent. And yeah, and that really late getting in last night. It was yeah. Well, our co-workers have decided to have a rest day, which I can't really afford to do. So we're making the best of it. We may have to camp on top or at high camp or something, we'll see. I really don't want to be walking in the dark again when we get to the other side. Anyway, And there she is. We got to climb over that today. Yuck. Oh well. Hang on. There we go. Oh, well, climbing the Iron Mound. It's hard. Yeah, mate. Hard work. So far to go.
Huh?
We got so far to go. Well, we're halfway up the Iron Mound. Had a few snags. Peter's been feeling a bit sick. Probably the early morning and overdoing it yesterday. He's doing okay now. We ran out of water halfway up. We had to filter a puddle, believe it or not. Had 10 pools in it. Should be okay. Tastes okay. Thank God for filters. We have a long way to go. We're over I think we're over halfway. I don't think we're getting down the other side today. Oh well. Right, here we are at the 500 metre mark, I think, on the Iron Mound. Peter's feeling a bit better after his staggers earlier. There's a view out over the bay, and out down there where we've come. That Tuttle water tasted awesome. We just got hopefully this final stretch to do, but it's still about 350 metres or so not over yet. We've got to find a campsite somewhere. Here we are. We're nearly at the top of the Iron Mound. We're running out of light. We just missed that cloud coming over. We're above it. We're trying to get to high camp before it gets too dark. It remains to be seen if we're walking in the dark again. Peter's doing well. He's disappeared over the top of the ridge already. I think he's fitter than I am. Here we are in a final mad dash. The end of the day on top of Iron Mound. Try and see if we can get into high camp, because we ain't going down the side of the mountain in the dark. I've had enough walking in the dark to last me a lifetime. And there's the pinnacle. There's Peter powering along. And yeah, it'd be really nice to have some light to set up camp for a change. Here we are at where are we? Ironbound High Camp. It is a muddy, wet hell, I am sure. There are leeches around. We got in just on dark. We are now desperately trying to get ourselves organised, some food cooked. At least the water's nice. I was getting tired of puddle water. But it's pretty dark. It's very dark, actually. Peter's shoes have started coming apart. Yes, it's going to be a big day tomorrow. I'm going to try and tie them back together with some of the cord I brought. Yeah, yes. Dinner tonight is mac and cheese tuna mornay, which Peter has described as being not the best, but better than last night's, which was not great apparently.
It tastes a little bit better with salt and pepper, but unfortunately...
I know, I didn't bring any, did I? I forgot. Oh well, as it will be. Okay, here we are. Day, what, 3? Day 3? We are leaving the muddy cesspit that is Ironbound High Camp up through those trees there, over this lovely creek. It might have been a muddy cesspit, but I'll tell you what, it was the nicest muddy cesspit on the mountain because we were pretty desperate when we got in last night. There's nowhere up here that is flat that isn't wet. But now we get to go down the mountain. Oh yeah, yes. Here we are at the shoulder of Ironbound, just ready to start our descent. Down there you can see Pryan Beach, which is I think 2 days away. Not tonight but tomorrow night, unless we do really well today. Down the bottom there is Little Deadman's Bay and Deadman's Bay. And way off in the distance there are the other places we're going in the coming days. Oh boy.
What beach is that there? Where's the...
And we're still making our way down this other side of Ironbound. This mad scramble of mud and trees and muck. Come on, Pete. It's fiddly at times. It's 6 o'clock at night, and Peter has declined to stop at Little Deadman's Bay campsite in favour of moving on to the West Thrueat campsite. So here we are, walking in the twilight, about to become dark again. He just won't stop. If you can see him up there ahead of me, powering on, you wouldn't think he was exhausted earlier. Couple of things of chocolate and off he goes. There we are at Thrueat West Beach campsite. Starting off late again, heading for Pryan Beach. Maybe further, we'll see how we go. It's raring to go. And that was where we spent the night before last, up on top of that bloody thing. And here we are, heading over the headland towards Pryan Bay, walking through some rather pleasant forest for a change. Instead of mud and fallen trees and stuff. Yeah, things like this across the track make things fiddly. I must say, this walk to Pryan Beach is probably the most pleasant one we've had so far. It's been a lot of scrub, minimal mud, not too many big hills, not any big hills, just a few rises, and we're looking forward to the nice beach walk down on Pryan Beach in a bit. Here we are on Pryan Beach. We're starting to turn, it's getting a bit dreary. We nearly got caught by the tide crossing the path there. It's just still a pleasant enough beach walk until it's going to start pouring rain. And next up is the boat crossing. Well, here we are at the other end of Pryan Beach. I really don't like the look of the weather coming over the Ironbounds. Anyway, there's the turn off to the boats. Next stop, boats.
We're just going across Iron Lagoon. Pryan Lagoon next. And we're going rowing across.
Trying to.
Trying.
I haven't rowed a boat since I was your age, mate. That is not in the right spot. Yeah, we'll go that way. Okay. I'll turn the video off now. Yay! We made it across without drowning. I still know how to row a boat. Yay! Well, remarkable luck. We met someone bringing the boat across when we came across. And we came across and met someone waiting to go back over. No one's having to do double trips today. What's the verdict on my cheesy tuna mornay?
It is very, it's very nice. It's very nice.
It's good camp food?
Good camp food.
Okay, that's the best I can hope for, I guess. Wow, it's busy here today. Look, 2 boats of Queenslanders trying to drown. You think they'd know how to use boats coming from up there? Oh well. Ah, here we are at Surprise Bay. Been a long, wet, muddy walk this morning from Osmeridian Beach. Done okay. Glad we didn't try and last night. It's taking us to lunchtime. We've got to go down and try and get across the inlet now before the tide comes up any further. Rightio. Exiting Surprise Bay via rope and rock scramble. Up the hill. Climb, monkey, climb. Yup. Okay, my turn. Really is a beautiful spot. Surprise Bay. Well, here we are, the entrance to Granite Beach. A bit of a clamber. It's very pretty. Nearly everything here is pretty, but got to get along it before high tide hits. We don't walk on rocks. Anyway, I think we're going to arrive at a campsite before dark for the first time ever. Yay! Well, here we are. Day 7, I think. We're out of Granite Beach, of which I have no pictures or video because we were in a bit of a rush yesterday afternoon. It's a lovely spot though. I recommend the freshwater shower, otherwise known as the waterfall. Don't recommend the rocks. And we've had rain last night and mist this morning, so there's been nothing to take photos and pictures of. So I thought I'd take some pictures of the lovely bog we're walking through on top of the mountain over the South Cape Range. It's wet, it's miserable, another day on the South Coast track. And we're still trekking across the top of the South Cape Ranges in the rain. Misty, horrible rain. And the mud, and the leeches. And how deep's the waist of mud, Pete? How deep did you go down?
About half the lower leg deep.
Yeah, but you fell in it, didn't you?
Fell. Slipped.
Yeah, it's fun. What we do for fun. And here we go. Still on the South Cape Ranges, trying to struggle through mud. Peter's going to either demonstrate how to do it well, or how to fall into the mud. One of the two. Well, him and me have both done that today a couple of times now. It's pretty mucky. This is some of the worst mud we've seen this trip. I reckon over on the left, that if you can get over that log on the left, mate, what do you reckon? Oh well, no face planting today on this trip, this puddle. Puddle 1,000 of however many it is. Anyway, back to the mud. Here we are at South Cape Rivulet. We came out here last night right on dark where that buoy is over there. We found we had to cross this rivulet at high tide. We worked our way around and we ended up going through chest deep water over there and into quicksand. Not fun. And then a mad scramble to try and make camp. The rain and the mosquitoes and the leeches. But we had a dry night inside the tent and we ate an awful lot of food. Last day, off to Cockle Creek today. Here we are on the South Cape Overlook. That second little inlet you can see over there is where we camped last night and nearly froze to death getting across. This hopefully is the last serious hill before we get back to Cockle Creek. And hopefully the rain doesn't hit us again, but it's not looking great. Oh well, last day. Well, here we are at the end of South Cape Beach, I think it is. With the steps off the beach and some little bit of rain coming in. And Peter in his tied together, taped together and compression stocking together shoes on their last legs, climbing the staircase off the beach. A couple of hours flat walking and we should be back in Cockle Creek. And I am dying for some real food and a beer. This is the cliffs at the start of the South Cape Bay, I think. This weird rock that crumbles away. Pete's crossing enough now. At least it's not raining this time. Or today, I should say. Yet. Looks nervously at the sky. Anyhow. Here we are. It's the final countdown to go to Cockle. Peter can smell a hot shower and some decent food. And he's leaving me in his dust. I don't blame him.